All right, man. We got a big chunk of lore today.
We've got the Bingus Bongus Chongus lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So episode 72, we're gonna be talking about NukaCola.
Oh.
Finally, right after all this, Tim.
After all the time, yeah.
All right, let's just jump right on into it. NukaCola, the flagship product of the NukaCola Corporation, a symbol of the United States culture, introduced in 2044, quickly became the most popular soft drink on the market. So plentiful that even after the Great War, Nuka is still in abundance, and of course the bottle caps later become the currency. Invented by John Caleb Bradburton after 2 years of experimentation, when it entered the market in 2044, it only took a few years to become the most popular beverage across the globe. A few years after Nuka Classic, or just regular NukaCola, was debuted to improve and innovate on the product, many other flavors came out, such as NukaCola Cherry, Grape, Dark, which is rum, Orange, Quantum, Quartz, Victory, and Wild. NukaCola Cherry.
8 flavors?
That's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ha ha ha. Ah ha ha. How did the count do it? 1. There we go. Cherry and Grape were patents acquired by other companies. That they pick them up, like they absorbed those companies and then just took them, fucked with the recipe that was pretty much already done, and then put them out as other NukaCola flavors.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. In 2058, they try to buy out Sunset Sarsaparilla, and they also try to buy out Vim Pop Incorporated in 2077.
Wow. So that's like pretty big. They were going full on monopoly there.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. The introduction of NukaCola Wild was directly to compete with Sunset Sarsaparilla after the buyout failed, with the opening of Dry Rock Gulch in Nuka World. In October of 2076, Nuka's chemical weapons program... NukaCola's chemical weapons program...
Yeah, come again?
The team came up with an isotope of strontium-90. This could be a reliably weaponized form of strontium-90 for armor coating, munitions for the experimental Fat Man, and even area of effect weapons for something as simple as the Thirst Zapper. Now, I didn't get too into it because I didn't really want to spoil any of the Nuka World questline.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But John Caleb Bradburton had a deal with the U.S. government, Army... something that he pretty much got like diplomatic immunity out of it.
Ooh, that's kind of fucking rad.
What?
You know, just like make chemical weapons and we'll give you diplomatic immunity.
Yeah,
let's do war crimes.
We'll get into what happened with that later. But again, I didn't really want to go into the whole because that honestly, for as fucking not an RPG as Fallout 4 is, the Cappy in a haystack questline is one of my favorite quests ever.
I still haven't done it.
You're a fucking... What's the word I want to use? Dilettante.
Dilettante?
Yeah, you're a dilettante. That's
Can you spell that for me out on screen?
Declan.
Yes.
What did you just ask me to do?
To spell that out right now.
To spell what out?
Dilettante.
You would like me to spell the word dilettante?
Yes.
With prior knowledge of what type of school I've been to, you want me to spell dilettante?
I would. Right now, spelling bee. I'm gonna pull it up.
All right. There's two ways. There might be a U in it. Look it up. Bring it up.
All right, I got it.
Get it. All right, you ready? Send me a screen capture of the thing so I can use it in the video. Put it in the host lounge chat.
This is maybe not the right thing.
What?
The right word.
What is the word? Is it not dilettante? Dilettante is a word, is it not?
Yes, I was looking at the wrong one. Got it.
How many other dilettantes are there?
There was another one that had to do with Newtonian physics.
What?
Yeah.
So
There's
I'm
two.
I'm gonna guess it's DILITONT or TAUNT.
Wrong.
How do you spell it?
I'm gonna pop it in the thing.
No, just spell it to me.
All right. DILETTANTE.
And give me the definition.
An amateur, someone who dabbles in a field out of casual interest, rather than as a profession or of serious interest.
I thought it was more insulting.
This is what I got. Maybe
All
it's
right,
like calling someone a filthy casual.
All right, cool. I don't remember how we got here. Something about...
I asked you to spell that because you
Yeah.
insulted me. Brad
Insulted
Burton.
you. All right. Oh, yes, that's why. Because you didn't do the quest. I called you a dilettante. Yeah, fucking one of my favorite quest lines ever. So, all right. They had the isotope at a somewhat safe level in a new kind of NukaCola.
Somewhat safe.
Yeah. Brad Burton ordered this. Now you got me all fucked up because of dilettante. Brad Burton ordered it to be put into production to be made into quantum, named after the isotopes. Does that say disintegration?
Yes, probably.
In the beverages system. Quantum was fast-tracked through the approval process as if it had gone through a 3-year research program. Created the isotope at a safe level for human consumption. Focus groups were used. At least 62 test subjects died as a result. One of organ failure. Many more hospitalized with radiation burns. Families were provided with Nuka condolence fruit and cheese packages that contained liability waivers.
This is fucking insane.
Yeah. A safe isotope was created before it hit stores in DC and Boston. Now, something I want to talk about real quick. I remember reading about the lore of quantum in 3, and that the test market for quantum to go public was going to just be DC.
Yeah, that kind of sounds about right.
So,
Although, it could just be DC and Boston.
Yeah, but why? Why not Manhattan at that point?
Maybe it was in Manhattan, for all we know.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It could have just been like big eastern cities.
Sure.
You never know.
I don't.
Yeah. And neither does Bethesda.
Haha, they don't. They don't. Not anymore, at least. I hope the next one's good. Even after the Great War, it was still the most popular soft drink in America, and it seems to be almost limitless. Despite being warm and flat, it holds all of the allegiance of many wasteland addicts. So, a lot of people are addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to admit it, but they're addicted to sugar. So here's some of the ingredients. You ready?
I'm ready.
Carbonated water. Sugar or aspartame?
It's like fake butter, but for sugar.
Okay. Caffeine. Phosphoric acid. Citric acid. Is it caramel or caramel?
Whatever you want.
What do you say?
I say caramel.
So caramel a color. Potassium benzoate. And natural flavoring.
I'm reading alongside.
Oh, well, why are you going to make me feel bad, Declan?
I'm not making you feel bad.
It's because you think I'm dumb, right?
No, I was just curious.
The unique flavor
Same.
is the result of combining 17 fruit essences, balanced to enhance the classic. Wait, hold on. Balance to ensure the classic cola flavor. The balance is so precise that after the great passion fruit famine of 2044, customers noticed a change in flavor.
No
NukaCola.
shit. That's kind of cool.
How cool is that? Yeah. So to think that like and if I didn't write it down because I didn't understand the way it was written, but in the fun facts it says that the Nuka-Cola is so heavily based on Coca-Cola that something similar like that happened to Coca-Cola.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Nuka-Cola contains 120% of your daily recommended sugars. To counter the negative image, it was marketed as being fortified with vitamins, minerals, and, in quotation, health tonics. You can develop a Nuka-Cola addiction where if you don't ingest enough frequently, on a regular basis, you will suffer from splitting headaches.
It's like caffeine headaches.
Yeah.
So that's kind of real.
Onto the bottles. The iconic curved Nuka-Cola Classic bottles were used ever since their introduction in 2044. Blue-colored bottles were popular with consumers. Market research in 2052... with market research in 2052, they found out that 86 out of 100 polled customers said blue was their favorite color. Nuka-Cola was forced to replace their curved design with a rocket one in 2077. Was the result of a large running litigation over a patent infringement, a case that they lost. Consumers seemed to like the new bottles. Now, that being said, we have our cooking episode. Declan, put an annotation to the cooking episode. Thanks.
Can you write it down for me?
Yeah, absolutely. When we did that, I actually spoke to Victoria Rosenthal once before in Mrs. E's Twitch chat.
That's actually really, really cool.
Like, real quick, she was in it. I think she was maybe reading the book over on stream.
It was when it came out, around that.
Yeah. And she I forget, I don't even, like, people were just asking her questions, and I was like, hey, what was your interaction with Bethesda like? And she said the number one thing that she kept getting notes on was that the bottle couldn't look too much like Coca-Cola, because they were getting, like, I guess they had to approve it by Coca-Cola or something, because it's so close. That Coca-Cola gets really, 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 really protective of their image.
I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, and from what I understand, they're one of the better companies to invest in, because you're not going to get, like, no one's... Like, if the dude who's the CEO of Apple, like, fucking kills a child tomorrow, like, Apple will plummet. But Coca-Cola, you're not going to get... Like, you know, like, if he's sending pictures of, like some fucking dark web shit to his buddies on iCloud. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But, like, what's a Coca-Cola gonna do? Put a fucking couple Mentos in it and it's gonna go off? You know what I mean? Like...
Right, yeah.
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Yeah, probably poison.
What do you mean?
Like, if, like, it was, like a recall scare. That's, like, the only thing I could think of.
Do you know about New Coke? Do you know about that whole thing?
Yeah.
You know how it's like the most genius marketing scheme ever.
I don't know too much about it. I just know about, like, that it was different from actual Coke.
There's two theories. One is that they were switching over from pure sugar cane to high fructose corn syrup. And another one is that so, like, they wanted to switch it over and they thought people were going to notice, like, oh no, this isn't really Coke, like, the sugar changed and now this has changed. So what they did is they made New Coke and they made it shitty. So then when they brought back Classic, because now every Coke says Classic Coca-Cola. So when they brought Coca-Cola, when they brought it back, it was like, oh, this tastes the same, but it was enough time for you to be like, does it taste the same? Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's honestly genius.
The other one, which I think is even more genius, is they hyped it up as this is Coke 2 Electric Boogaloo. Like, this is the fucking cat's pajamas. This is the fucking the bee's knees. Yeah. And then they made it shitty on purpose so people wouldn't buy. So they took, like, a hit for, like, say 8 months. But then when they came out with Classic Coca-Cola, they fucking people bought the shit out of it because they're like, we don't know when they're getting rid of this one again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
they supply demanded themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I'm getting at with this is, I wouldn't be surprised if Coca-Cola said something to Bethesda, like sent them a cease and desist.
Like, hey.
And that's why they went to the rocket bottles. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why they were like, oh, in 2077 they changed it, because if anything, you could say like by 2277 all the bottles in DC were the last of the classic curve
The old
bottles.
run, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever. Like if that's fucking how you retcon something the right way.
Yeah, that's actually really, really cool.
You know what I mean? Like, oh hey, this is getting that batch of fucking the last batch, the first batch of Quantum, where it's supposed to only be here's all the other Nuka, everything else is going to come out slowly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Are you recording?
Yes. Thank you.
Cool.
The distribution of the product by 2067. There was a vending machine on almost every corner. Popularity depend on region. So the western states, they preferred Quartz, Victory, and Wild, where eastern states like Classic, Orange, Grape, and Cherry. The original marketing was basic and extremely effective, mostly aimed at children.
That's
After
how you
the
get in people's heads, you indoctrinate them as children.
Yeah, I was watching something. I think it's actually in Super Size Me, so I don't know if it's true because that movie's like a decade old. Fast food corporations, the most that they do any sort of television advertisement is during like Nick Jr., like that hour, like early morning kid shows, because from like 0 to 3 or 0 to 4, kids can't tell what's the show and what's the commercial.
Yeah.
So they
It's in your brain
integrate
space.
Yeah, they integrate commercials thinking like, oh, this is a well, I say Rugrats. I don't know what fucking kid shows are on anymore.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is like, oh, Ronald McDonald is a Rugrat. Like, haha, Funny Clown Man is a Tommy Pickle. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So, like, shady shit. After the loss in court for the bottles, they went with a space age theme, and in 2062, the Nuka Girl would become the mascot of the company, along with Bottle, Cappy, King Cola, and Nira. Now, again, public school, but I went on the wiki to try to find out what Nira stood for. Nira, and I couldn't find a gosh damn thing.
Where is it on the page? Let me
I looked around. I went to like the NukaCola Corporation, and then I went to mascots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the
I've
NukaCola
never
girl.
heard of that.
Yeah, she's the one that you meet when you get there. She's like, "Hi, I need these things done," and she like walks around and
okay.
greets people. But like, I couldn't find out what Nira stood for, and I'm not booting up the game just to figure it out.
Fair. Yeah. You have to like re-download it and everything.
Yeah. The Nuka Girl also had the Thirst Zapper, which became a big thing. I really like her design.
Yeah, like the pinup style.
Yeah, I don't like how they've overused it.
Fair.
But
yeah.
I really, really like her design. I bought a Zippo a long time ago. It's too far for me to reach.
I got it. Don't worry. Here, let me get
You
it.
got
for
one?
you.
Or
Yeah,
get
here.
one. What color is it?
It is plain silver.
Okay, cool. Let me hear it. Ooh, sexual. I have one, and I want to take, what's it called? Sandpaper to it, and
Ooh,
make it look
dirty
like
it
it's
up.
just make it look like it's like Benny's lighter, Benny's Lucky Lighter. I actually found the image that Benny has a pinup girl
sound.
engraved on his lighter, right?
Yeah.
And I found the base image that it's copied from, and I took that and I turned it into a PNG so I could print it out and put it on the lighter.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I want to make it look like it's been through hell. Put the girl on it. I want to start carrying a Zippo even though I don't smoke, just because
Just like
I
if someone needs it.
Hey, yeah.
You never know. And also, if you die and it's in your back pocket, people will start making conspiracy theories.
That's if it's white and big.
Yeah. That's
But
what
I know
I
what
was.
you mean. I know what
yeah.
you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the competition, they had aggressive strategies, taking over popular local brands and then rebranding them and renovating them into NukaCola Variance. So if you had, is Jones like a local brand? It's like a small timey one, or is that just a PA
Jones Soda?
thing? Yeah.
Jones Soda's big.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never see it anywhere.
You can get it in Walmart.
Can you really?
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn! All right. Nuka Grape was originally Grape Pearl Soda, and Nuka Cherry was originally Merle's Very Cherry Soda. NukaCola couldn't buy out Vim, so they sued Vim Quartz. Oh, they sued them over Vim Quartz. So that was a new
Because it
drink
was-
that they had come out, and they said, "Oh, it's too close to ours."
Yeah, NukaCola quartz.
Bethesda wanted to sue Notch over Scrolls.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And they continued, and then they committed industrial espionage and sabotage of Vim, which they were immune to any sort of prosecution thanks to John Caleb Bradburton's ties to the government and the military. Now,
that's some shady shit.
yeah, if you go to, and it pisses me off because I wanted to name the town or the cul-de-sac that Jimmy and fucking Richard and Karen are from, Beaver Springs. Or wait, yeah, Beaver Springs. Is that what I want to name it? Yeah, because there's
Beaver
a bowling.
Springs is the name of my D&D game.
Is it really?
Yes, the name of one of my towns. You want
Bullshit.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Look up the bowling alley in Far Harbor. Otter. Is it Beaver Springs? Look it up quick.
Bowling alley, Far Harbor, Beaver Creek Lanes.
Beaver Creek. That's what I wanted to name. I knew Beaver was in it. That's what I wanted to name the town, the little cul-de-sac that Jimmy and Abby and fucking the whole gang live in.
That's cool. What did you end up going with? I forgot.
It doesn't technically have one yet. It never came up in conversation.
The cul-de-sac.
As of right now, it's fucking Beaver Springs. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, yeah, I wanted to name it that, and then I remember watching something. I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! They beat me to it. I don't want to use a name that's already used.
Right.
Yeah, but if you go in there, there's. Which is a really neat story, how you get the fat man that shoots the bowling ball.
Yeah, that thing's cool as hell.
Yeah, it tells you about, like, this town that's like, oh, we have Vim here, and then one of the people that, like, is a spy for NukaCola works there and keeps sabotaging the Vim machine in the bowling alley.
That's such a low-level sabotage.
Like, who the fuck cares? Yeah.
Right? And if you're gonna sabotage, you go up to the top.
Yeah, like, cut the fucking CEO's brake lines. Don't fucking jam up the quarter hole. You know what I mean? Like the fucking machine's unplugged again.
That's ridiculous. It's so petty. I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking so childish. But one of the people that like works there winds up falling in love with the spy, or the spy falls in love with somebody. I don't remember. You have to read all the terminals. But
yeah.
What else do I have here? Some fun facts for you, my friend.
Hit me with them.
I love alliteration. During E3 2018, as a promotional item, people were given a real drinkable version of NukaCola, and it was in the style of the bottles from like the 40s and 50s. It actually looked more akin to the, what's it called? Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles.
Oh, cool. Oh, I see it. Yeah, the E3 photo.
Yeah, and John Caleb Bradburton is an amalgamation of the inventors John Pemberton of Coca-Cola and Caleb Bradham of Pepsi.
That's actually really neat. I like that.
I like shit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have on pretty much the notes of NukaCola as a whole. We could always get into more stuff, but like I said, Nuka World, it's not the best, but I thought it was solid. I'm the only person who didn't like Far Harbor.
I liked Far Harbor.
I didn't like Far Harbor that much. It does give you options, and it does actually like allow you to try things, but I really like Nuka World. Nuka World just felt like
Nuka World is so cool.
It's such a nice concept of like, hey, what happens if the shit went fucked?
And you have like all the different like the levels, but the like different worlds like Disneyland.
Yeah, and like
it's well thought out. It's good.
Yeah, I like that a lot more than I like Far Harbor, and also Far Harbor on the PlayStation, you couldn't look at the fog or the frame rate went to 9.
Can't relate.
So yeah, and then they're like, oh, just delete Far Harbor and re-download it. I'm like, yeah, and then my shit'll corrupt. No.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything you want to say about the Nucus Colas?
We made NukaCola, and it's some good shit.
We did.
I think NukaCola is really interesting because it's obviously a parallel to Coke,
Absolutely.
but you kind of get all the the weird stories of Coke with the twisted Fallout formula of making it just shady enough, and I just think it's a really it's an integral part of the franchise.
I agree with you, my friend. I'm actually trying to show on screen right now my little Nuka girl figure.
Oh, neat.
That I got from the blind box. Also, I have this quantum. That's the rocket bottle. I know you can't see, Declan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it glows. I bought this. I think when 76 came out, I had a coupon for GameStop for like $10. I think I paid like $5 for this. It's neat. I don't ever put it on.
It's cool.
But it charges with like a USB, which is super neat.
Oh.
And then these are a decade old, and that's fucking weird for me to say, but I'm gonna show you some shit real quick. These I built in my garage. Oh, good. Everything's falling. Oh shit! Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Declan, talk. Make good radio.
Talk. So my favorite part about NukaCola is that you have many different choices.
Oh, we have to talk about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so go on.
What do you mean by that?
No, I just remembered that I have to talk about some other things.
Okay, I mean, like, when I go and play a Fallout game, there's NukaCola everywhere, but I make it my sole duty to get as many quantum as possible.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the Star bottle caps in New Vegas. Like, I need to have every single one. Every single one.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like one of... I'm not, like, inherently a collector, but I do like collecting quantum. I never drink them either.
Yeah, neither do I. It's like something in me that I can't do it.
I usually have NukaCola on my hotbar, though, in case of...
Really?
Yeah, it's like almost as good as having stim packs.
Real quick, not to change subject, but I made these probably a decade ago. Like, no shit, a decade ago.
Are they the Nuka caps?
No. Oh, whoa, I wrote first on the bottom of one, meaning I made this one first. Oh, I have bottle caps that I forgot about too, Declan, goddamn. Alright, so let me tell you how into this I was when I was...
Give me a good word picture, because I can't see you.
I know. So here, I have in my hand a few things that I'm going to show you. Just because I had to pull it off the shelf. Here's a tin of med-tads I made, right? All it is it's a fucking Altoids tin. That's it. And I found a little printout and I put that on it. But this I made... Yeah, I took some sandpaper and some paint to it. This, if you guys really gotta fucking watch us on YouTube, subscribe to us, please. This is a little quantum that I made. It's not the full size. It's like a little, I want to say maybe an 8-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola. And it used to be whenever I found glass Coke, I grabbed it. Yeah. And it's a little, I printed off the quantum label and I have it just sitting on my shelf.
Do you have it filled with anything?
No, it's just empty. Most of the bottles you find are empty.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I have a little Nuka-Cola, like an old school. These are a decade old, which is nuts to think about.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
And then I have a little jar here. I'll crack this open quick. And here are, let me get a good one. Here are my handmade, decade old Nuka-Cola caps. Trying to get that. There we go. The light's perfect. They're just bottle caps that I then took. I just took, what do you call it, to glue and paper. And inside this as well, I have little containers of jet.
I think the jet's really cool.
They're just little CO2 containers that I painted red, and then I like nicked them and chipped them and took a lighter to them to fucking darken
just
them.
To beat them up, yeah.
But hold on, I want to show one more before I go. Here's a quantum cap. It's just a blue. That's it. I don't know. I've
always liked your caps. They look really cool. They look authentic.
Thank you. And then I would take a hammer and like smash them, or take like a screwdriver and a hammer and fucking put dents in them. And actually, hold on, I might have to cut this up a bit because it's gonna bother me that my shelf's all out of place. Hold on, Declan.
Yes.
Radio.
I
believe in you, my friend.
I'm tired. Hold on, give me a sec. My brain. Please cut this.
Really?
Yes.
All right. So as I put the last piece back on my shelf, and I can fucking go back to talking. There's something I want to show you.
Yeah, please.
People at home, I've seen this one other time. And when I say one other time, that's no hyperbole, that's no bullshit. I've seen
I know
this
what you're talking about.
One other time. As far as I am concerned, this is the rarest piece in my collection.
It was for the Fallout Midnight release for Fallout 4.
Yes. This is, as far as I know, the rarest piece in my collection. But before I do that, hold on. I want to show one thing off real quick. To show you that I'm really with the shits.
You got the
show.
shits?
This show isn't just for clout. It's because I fucking love this franchise, and it hurts me what they're doing to me.
It does, yeah.
I have a necklace. I don't wear it as much as I should, and I can't. I wore this on our 100th or on our 52nd episode. I wore it on our 50th episode. I wore it on our first. Anytime we had a big guest on, anytime like I just needed something. You can't see it on the camera. I'm using a fucking Logitech. I'm sorry. It's a NukaCola cap that I try whenever I have anything big I have to do. A job interview, court, I don't know, something big. I wear this necklace. And on the other side is a D20 that you got me a long time ago at a Ren Fair. Yeah, you know, just I'm here. I'm here. I love this show. I love this fucking game. But here's something that I've only ever seen one, and as far as I know, it's the rarest piece in my collection.
It's so cool.
It's so small. It's so minimal. It's so nothing. And I didn't even. This almost wasn't even mine.
Yeah.
This is a NukaCola bottle cap opener, shaped like a rocket, that has a little hole here that could be a keychain. I actually used to put a thumbtack through it, and it would sit on my shelf, like it would just, like on the shelf itself, and it would come out. For years I had it. I don't think I've ever used it. I may have used it 3 times, if that. Never have I ever seen this on eBay. I've never seen it on Etsy. I've never even seen it in another person's collection.
Yeah, like I've never seen that except for yours.
So as far as I know, this is the, like, not the only one in existence. No, I have seen one other. And I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember seeing it once and going, holy shit, there it is. Like, I'm not the only person with this.
Was it like on Reddit or something?
I don't remember. I wish I could tell you. I want to say it might have been on eBay, but I'm not sure. And if it was being sold in a lot. So it wasn't even being sold in as like, oh, hey, NukaCola bottle cap opener. Because you can get the bottle cap opener that looks like the bottle, but that's a silver rocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that, as far as I know, is the rarest piece in my Fallout collection. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is to me. So,
because with as much merch as Bethesda sells, you'd think if they would just put that on their store.
Yeah, and there's another thing. Those NukaCola bottles, those caps, that Mentats, all that shit, I made because they used to never do merch.
They used to never have merch for Fallout.
Never. Like, if there was merch, I jumped on it, and I was bored and a kid, and I lived in the middle of nowhere, and the winters were cold, so...
The closest thing they had to merch was the special editions, like the lunchbox.
Yep. I was talking to Steven, and he told me he used to carry around... let me find the exact wording for it. He bought one of his favorite games ever is Oblivion, right?
Yeah.
And he told... What the fuck? He told me that he... bought the special edition of Oblivion, and it came with a gold piece, like
a septum, a gold septum.
Yes, that's the word. How'd you know it? Goddamn.
Because I play Elder Scrolls.
He had a gold septum, and I sent him Bethesda Gear on Instagram said, enjoy owning a septum, the main currency in all of Tamriel. The coin includes an engraving of Tiber Septum on the observe side. And he told me that this was in the special edition of Oblivion that he bought. He said he's very against special editions. He's very against pre-ordering. And he told me this is the only time I've ever bought a special edition. He carried it everywhere with him, and then he lost it.
No.
And I sent him this, and he was like, I'm going to fucking buy it. Yeah.
That takes a lot.
Yeah.
Steven's pretty frugal in terms of, like, buying game merch and stuff.
Fucking... That's a word for it. Yeah. So, like,
that's cool. I want to see it now. Is there?
Tell me if it's going to Bethesda Gear. But while you do that, I'm just real quick. I'm gonna list off the variants of NukaCola. You ready?
Give me all of them.
There's a lot. You sure you're good for this one?
I'm good for this one. Give me them all.
There is in Fallout 1 and 2. There is just flat NukaCola. That's it. No diet, no zero carb, no fucking zero. That's it.
Nuka Zero.
You know what I mean? Like, what they got? Coke Zero, Pepsi Max, fucking Crystal Pepsi. Fallout 3, there's NukaCola and Ice Cold NukaCola, NukaCola Quantum, and NukaCola Clear, which I don't even think ever shows up in bottle form. I think it just shows up as the recipe, and you do that in the unmarked quest for Goli Ledo.
I don't remember that at all.
We did a lore segment on it, my guy.
I know, but I don't remember it.
And then in New Vegas, there is NukaCola, NukaCola Ice Cold, NukaCola Quartz, NukaCola Victory, Rum and Nuka, and NukaCola Quantum. In Fallout 4, there's NukaCola Ice Cold, Quantum Ice Cold, and Cherry Ice Cold. Now, when I was reading this, I was actually listening to music while I was doing this, and it kind of sounded like I was rapping. Because it's
That's a video idea.
NEWKA, NukaCola. Then there's Berry Bomb Drop, Buzz, Cider, Cola Dark, Cola Orange, Quartz, Victory, Wild, Cooler, Fancy Free, Fruity Grape, Hearthly, Elixir Love, Power Punch, Ray, Rush, Sunrise, Twin, Void, and Extreme. And that's all in Nuka World because of the mixing stations.
Yeah.
76 is NukaCola Cherry, Quantum, Dark, Orange, Wild, Grape, and then Nuka Shine. And Tactics, which I don't know if this is fucking canon or not, has NukaCola Cherry, Classic Nuka, Yellow Nuka, and Fusion Cola.
What's
then
Fusion Cola?
I don't even fucking know. Hold on, let's figure it out together. It's a soda. It doesn't have any fancy art. It's just called Fusion Cola. And then there is Fallout Shelter has only Quantum, and you use those as like a power-up. And then there's Fallout New California, the board game, that has NukaCola and NukaCola Quantum. Also, they don't have it listed here, but the Fallout... what's the one on the Xbox? Fallout fucking... Brotherhood?
Brotherhood.
It's like Brotherhood of Steel or something like that. They don't have NukaCola, they have Balls.
Balls. And that's a product placement.
Balls. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
No, do you remember, like, balls? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, fucking Duke Nukem on Trillo or whatever. Duke Nukem Harassment. You never saw that?
No.
Yeah, he's like, I've got balls of steel. And the lady's like, shut the fuck up, get off my Ventrilo. And he's like, I'll cut off your head and shit down your neck. And she's freaking out. You've never seen that?
No.
Dude, just to piss her off.
It's just like a soundboard?
It was just a soundboard that he was fucking with her. But he used to just go balls, over and over again. And she would freak the fuck out. I gotta send you the link. It's so funny. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about NukaCola.
Jeez.
And I'm still recording.
Yes, thank
So,
God.